People think that real estate investment is the best always, but it's not, because it's the most lame investment you will make.
And your investment suddenly gets some pipes leaking. Crypto, most probably you're getting scammed. It's hard to recover afterwards and to trust someone again.
First investment should go into yourself to learn something, right?
Start small, check how it works. I'm watching here, all of you.
So those guys raised 100 million.
Growing fast and getting to the next 500 million invested or 1 billion. We want to do it, but let's do it the safe way, a bit slower but safer.
Fastest way is the slowest way.
If you're looking for a full-time employee, hiring talent from you, roughly I think you could save up to 40%.
If you are watching this right now, if you are not calling, you are missing out something, because it won't last for a long time. Hi ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Entrepreneur's Diary with Valery and Gegidze. Today I have a great entrepreneur, my good friend from Latvia, Ziedins. Ciao, how are you?
Ciao, Ako. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great, thank you. This looks like an amazing morning here in Tbilisi.
Yeah? So, dude, first of all, thank you for coming.
What a pleasure.
Tell our listeners a little story how we met. So this tall, handsome guy was our first client who trusted us building his remote team in Georgia back in 2021. And we were quite good clients. And then I visited him in Latvia, and he showed me like the hospitality which I've never seen anywhere else. And since then, we became really good friends. He's my best Latvian friend. Tell me, why you decided to choose Georgia? Because, I mean, you lived in Georgia, right? So it seems like a good timing. But why did you decide to come again? So what was a good destination for you?
Actually feeling that it's good to be back home, because like I lived here almost 2 years back in 2015-16, and since that I've been just returning for extended weekends and for some skiing. But yeah, now I made a decision that I want to work remotely for a bit, and this was a perfect place to come. And I know that if I'm gonna arrive here, as soon as I step out from the airplane, I have friends there. So almost as many friends here as in Latvia, and it's also, you work hard, you play hard. I know that I'm gonna spend a lot of hours working here. We're gonna build some great stuff together, but at the same time I want to have a great time off, and I know I'm gonna have it here, and I'm gonna have friends to spend time with, and I know the place. I don't have to experiment. I know where I want to go, what I want to see, what I want to eat, what I want to drink, with whom I want to do it. And yeah, it's just like moving to my second home, not as a moving somewhere abroad where we don't know anything.
I love it, man. So what's your favorite city? What's your favorite place to eat? And what's your favorite place to hang out in Georgia?
Why, man? So the favorite city most probably is Tbilisi, because I've been in many places, a lot of beautiful places around the country, but Tbilisi, because of its movement, because of its hustle, and I love to go outdoors and to some very remote places, but in the end, most of the time I love to spend with the people around me, and there is some movement. And most probably the most I enjoy those small places with not a lot of capacity, and then Georgian food is amazing. I'm used to it. It's like I love it more than Latvian traditional food. But if there are places which are having Georgian cuisine with some European fusion, then one of the places most probably is Alubali. Alubali is one place, and the chain of restaurants of Kasheria next to Abano, and then it's some other places. Yeah,
you know what? Absolutely.
What was the last question?
Where you hang out?
Where I hang out? Wherever you guys are taking me. Wine factory, Lolita. I could say Hidi, but I'm not gonna say it. Basia.
Never heard of it. Okay, wonderful place. Yeah, it feels like I'm talking to Georgian.
I'm the most Georgian Latvian, most probably.
That's true. That's true. What do you think? What is why we have such good bonding, Latvians and Georgians? Like, what are the main similarities you found between our nations?
This is something what I've been talking about a lot, and when I first arrived here back in 2015, I actually didn't understand why the things are happening which are happening. Why is everyone, they're asking me where are you from, because they see I'm a foreigner, and as soon as they say Latvia, they're like and so basically it's this Soviet friendship which Latvia had between Latvians and Georgians, and then I've met a lot of persons here in Georgia, Georgians, which from one side of the family they are Latvians, so their grandparents, grandparents somehow managed to hook up and and make this great product, and yeah. So basically, there's this friendship. On top of that, there are some similarities in how to say in the mindset about the place where the both countries at that time they were, and then how will they lived in both cities. So basically, they have some kind of understanding because they are way closer friends from the post-Soviet countries, way closer neighbors of ours, to which we are way more different. For example, Estonians, I love them, but they are nothing compared to us. They're more Scandinavian, and I tend to think that we are more like you.
Okay.
I'm trying to get my mustache like Georgians do.
It fits you, man. But you're just taller, you know, like that's the only difference.
Yeah. No, that's because the taller the same like the tree. So like the better is the sunlight, the taller the tree tries to grow. In Latvia, it's raining 300 days of the year, and the only way to get more sunlight is to grow taller.
Let's talk a little bit about what you do and explain people, because I think they gonna get hooked about it. So this crazy guy, I would say that he's the best salesman, because whatever is needed in any business, he can provide. If I know that I need to connect with someone in the Baltics, I call you like straight away. I'm really honest. And there's never been a case when you didn't deliver. And thanks for all your support and for our growth in Baltics. I appreciate that. So we started working when you were doing game development. So Be Truth Lab, you were doing this crazy game with Colin McGregor character, which grew quite fast. And then there was another crypto platform. And now you are in Debitum. And Debitum is kick-ass investment platform for retail, where people can invest and earn from 10 up to 15% on a monthly, on a yearly basis. But you have payouts on sometimes quarterly, or on 6 months, or once a year. So the whole beauty, from my understanding, is that you are opening doors into the verified and very interesting projects where people can basically trust your choice. Of course, say takes a risk, but they trust your choice, and they can invest in renewable energy, in forestry, also in gaming,
manufacturing, yeah, some small medium business financing.
So tell us a little bit more besides what I skipped.
Yeah, so basically, I'm looking to this from two parts. So basically, you called it kick-ass investment platform, and kick-ass is something what's used in some other industries, which I don't want to mention, but in finance also. But so what we do, we are actually pretty conservative product. So basically, we are a regulated P2P investment platform, which is the first regulated platform in Europe which offers retail investors to invest in business loans. So basically, mostly P2P as a general. It was founded to work with payday loans, consumer loans. So people from Europe, retail investors, bigger investors, family offices, they could choose a platform, invest money in a platform, then the money went to some kind of consumer loan. So this is something what we don't want to go there. So basically, we are focusing on financing small and medium businesses. Now mostly in Baltics, in UK, and basically. Current team, and especially current owners who have like a huge experience in corporate finance, they know how to find companies with good financials. So basically, there are companies coming to us who need they are basically bankable, but taking loan in bank, whether it's taking too long of a time, or the process is too complicated because of some kind of their business stuff. Basically, they're coming to us, they're raising money from the platform to expand their business. And if you look at the investor side, it's also it's easier for me to sell and for investor also. So whether you invest in consumer loan in South Africa or in Europe or whatever, you don't know anything about the end consumer of the money. So in our case, there's a factory doing great. Winter's coming, they are producing something, and they need money to expand their operations, basically to build, whether to make the current factory bigger or to make one more. You invest money, in 6 months, in 1 year, you see that your money actually brought something there to them, to their business. They expanded, they keep growing, the business is booming. They're coming back to us to get more funding to expand even more. So in this case, it's why I said conservative. So investment, that's something what the different kind of investment opportunities out there. And we are looking from the angle that if retail investor, whether he's new in investing or he is Ray Dalio or Warren Buffett, so you never invest all your eggs in one basket. So basically diversification is needed. So S&P 500, investing in stocks, it's great. And if you look back at 5-year period in the stock market, S&P 500 is growing. If you make the period shorter, you see their ups and downs based off economical situation out there, geopolitical situation out there. So basically, if you're willing to invest for 10 years and don't touch the money, go for it. If you wanna just generate some passive income, I don't know, each month you have some extra 500 euros left from your salary, and you would love to invest it somewhere and not just leave in your bank account so inflation is it all, perfect place. You can add small amount of money every month, and we are delivering basically fixed income assets. So basically, if you subscribe your money for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, if you promised you 12, 13, 14%, that's what you're gonna get. And of course, if you're talking about industries like crypto, for example, which is also good. Like if you're building an investment portfolio, go for it. Just I don't know, take 5% of your portfolio in crypto, because in crypto you can get 500x's or you can get a 0, and that's it. If it comes out positive, nice. If not, the harm is not so big. The same goes like, for example, commodities like gold and silver, great investment. You're hedging with gold against other not so stable instruments, and that's it. And you're not earning a lot of interest, but it's stable and it's like always growing throughout the years and it's not falling. So basically, and that's what we are offering. So we're offering something stable, something where you can start to learn investing. Start with, I don't know, 5,000 euros today, invest 500 euros or 100 euro, what's left after you pay your bills and everything, and just add and build some compound effect. So basically, each month you earn something, you reinvest that. And and what we did, we understood that people, especially the ones who are starting to invest, they don't want to invest in a very long term for 1 year, for example. What was the situation when current owners acquired the platform? If you want to start, you have to commit for 1 year. So we introduced short-term loans, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Put in 100 euros, come back in 3 months. You see that we are paying back on time. You got your interest back, you got your initial investment back, and that's it. Next month you already add some more. And so that was one of the reasons also why we decreased the minimum investment to 10 euros. Like, start small, check how it works, check if we're really doing what we are promising, and return afterwards.
Yeah, I think you did a great job, because the problem with investments are basically building a trust, right? So I've been investing for the last 3 years in my life, and I'm investing in startups, I'm investing in stocks, in crypto, and in real estate. And if I compare, like, they have different, return on investments, right? And the most common one would be, let's say, if you look at return on investment on real estate, which in Georgia, the best scenario which you can get if you're doing a long-term lease, which is more steady, it's around 7 to 12% if you're very, very lucky. And then you have an alternative to basically earn 15% without a hustle, which I did, and I also became an investor at Debitum. I won't say how much I invested, but the idea is it's pretty easy. You enter the platform, you choose a project based on your individual needs and what you're interested in, and you invest as you want. Basically, there are different options for periods, as you said, and then you get paid and you get interested. It somehow hooks you, and you invest more. And I want also to touch base the affiliate program which you have, and which I want to also share with our listeners. So basically, how does it work if somebody wants to become your affiliate?
So if someone wants to become our affiliate, they have to get in touch with me. That's one thing. But basically, what we discovered is that in whole P2P investing space, the affiliate marketing is by far the biggest user acquisition channel.
Yeah.
And for every platform, not just for us. And that's because word of mouth works in any business. And basically, all our affiliates are also our investors. And what they do, they are just teaching other people how to generate some passive income. They are reviewing the platforms, deep diving into details, checking what maybe investors have missed themselves, and so basically they are promoting the platform, and we are rewarding our affiliate partners for everything what they bring to us. So every you as affiliate, you get reward for every user which you bring into our platform, and you also get rewarded for all the money which your affiliated investors are bringing in. Because like we believe this is something what we I would say we innovated now in the space. So the previous model was that you get X amount of money for new investor you bring in, and then for 60 days we are rewarding you with some percentage of the money which is brought in. So and we understood that like we have to build this relationship with with affiliates, with those publishers long term, and bringing in user that's the most easy job. And then basically you have to work with your audience, you have to educate them, like show how your portfolio is growing, encourage others to invest more, to earn more. And basically that's when we changed our model. So if someone becomes our affiliate, we are rewarding them for 120 days, which is like exactly 2 years.
That's amazing. So guys, if you want to earn passive income 10 to 15% yearly, you got me right, 10 to 15% in euros yearly. Subscribe to this link, register, and start investing as little as 10 euros. But I think you should do more. You'll find the link in the description box.
And actually, your link, if investors are coming from your link, they're gonna get for the first, if they register from your link, for the first 30 days, if they invest, they get already 1% instant cashback. So basically, there's a benefit to register from your link.
So what will be the perk for people who will register with the link that is in the description box of the video?
So yeah, for all the investors who are willing to join Debitum and start their investment journey, if they use the link in this video description, they're gonna get 1% instant cashback to their investment which they make in their first 30 days. So basically on top of the interest rates which Avako just mentioned, you can get one more extra percent which will be credited instantly as soon as you press the invest button.
And just a note, all the funds earned will be invested in growing Georgia's brand awareness, and most probably in this podcast. So don't forget to subscribe, to like, and also to register to Debitum.
We need some kind of affiliate fee for bringing your friends to the podcast also.
We pay out it with alcohol. But Ben, so you're already in the industry for around a year, right? So what is the most common mistake that investors do, like from your perspective?
Our investors don't make any mistakes.
I mean, not your investors, but overall, like when people start investing, what's the most common?
Yes, so the most common mistake I would say, like I look at the new investors who are just starting right now. We of course have a lot of also professional investors, but if person wants to start, so this is the first month, I have 500 euros left after I've paid my bills and everything. Let's invest something. And the biggest mistake I see is people most probably just focusing on high interest rates and for example crypto. It might be great, but if you are like your first investment in your life, if you go there and buy some token which offers you 200% within 1 year, most probably you're getting scammed, or there's no foundation for those kind of promises, and you lose, and it's hard to recover afterwards and to trust someone again. And so basically I would say you need to learn, do some due diligence, where to invest. There are also, besides P2P, there are a lot of investment opportunities out there with some lower interest, like don't aim to 15, 20, 25%. Find something what is like also super secure, regulated, invest for, I don't know, 8% per year, and that's it, and see how it works, and check. Basically need to, that's most probably the second issue, is investing too much. So basically this should be a money which you don't need to operate on a monthly basis, because like if you put everything in and then the middle of the month, I need some cash, do you have secondary market? Can I sell my investment to someone else? Or maybe I have to borrow borrow money in bank, or take some consumer loan or whatever. That's not right. So you have to invest, you have to allocate some kind of budget, but be careful with that, not to spend the winter without heating.
That's a good one. I actually agree, because mostly what I see, the most common mistake I see for newbies is like they want to get rich being dependable on others. So they just want to give all the money they have to you, and you do your shit, you earn money for them and just sit and don't do anything. So that's the most wrong thing. No, it's not. So investing is part of the journey. You should do something on your end, and you only invest money which, is left, right? Which you don't need to survive. So the first investment should go into yourself to learn something, right? And that I couldn't get it at the beginning when I read it in Warren Buffett's letters, right? Invest in yourself. Like, what should I do? Right? But it can be anything. It can be like learning, going out, networking, making friends. Yeah, absolutely. Because you are your best investment, and you are the best version. You should be your best version of yourself. And everything else comes down on the way. And for me, when I start to invest, I know that I'm going to learn. When I first started to invest in startups, I said, okay, I'm not going to earn, but I'm going to learn. And yeah, till now it looks like charity, but but the idea is that I've learned a lot what's dynamics, how it actually grows, how the network grows. And then with the crypto, right? So you have most popular crypto coins, and let's say you do investment in stable coins and do trading, crazy stuff, and also with the real estate, right? And I also want to touch base that people think that real estate investment is the best always, but it's not, because it's the most lame investment you mostly make, because you freeze your money for a very long time. It's not liquid. It's super hard to sell, to change.
And your investment suddenly gets some pipes leaking.
Yeah, it also, you need to be very picky, right? Well, if you do well, sometimes it grows, right? For example, I've done investments which grew to 40% a year, but it doesn't mean that it's going to grow every year.
Smart, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you need to be in the right place, in the right moment, with the right amount of money, and also need to have a client, and then it also becomes very complicated. So learn what are you investing in, and before that, invest in yourself. So that's could be most, yeah. So let's also explain to our listeners how does the stuff work, like especially P2P. I mean, you and me, we know what's peer-to-peer investing and transactions, but let's give explanation. What the hell is this?
Yeah, so basically P2P, it's peer-to-peer investing. And so basically it's made to gather together a bunch of people who invest in the project, and then so basically people come to the platform, they listed the investment opportunities. So they made a decision in which one do they want to invest. They invest the money in some project, and we as a platform then collect all those funds together and lend to this company to do whatever they are willing to do, expand their business and expand their operations. And so basically it's a way how you could looking from both sides. So from one side, for the borrower side, it's easier to get funding compared to the bank. It might be a bit more expensive than in bank, but it's easier, and also there are no there are some restrictions how much can you borrow, but yeah, that depends on the due diligence which we make and which the regulator makes on the borrower side. And then from the investor side is that like it gives you a chance to invest small in some industries where you want to invest. For example, right now we are focusing a lot on our platform and investments in forest business. So basically there is a upcoming investment opportunity is a fund which is building one of the biggest forest investment fund in Baltics. So forest prices throughout the year, they're growing as steady as the gold is growing, but even actually a bit faster. And so basically, if you have a 500 euros, 1,000 euro, you cannot invest in forest. You cannot buy a forest. But if you believe this kind of asset type, platform gives you a chance to invest 10 euros in forest, and that's it. And then there's a fund, which is with a proven track record. They're doing their business. They're buying small forest properties and cleaning out the forest, cutting the oldest trees so the rest of the forest can grow better. So they're cutting those trees out. They're already making some first revenue of the company. Then they're packing them together under one, let's call it a package, under a fund. And then those forests, whether they're staying under the company, if company has a plan how to generate revenue afterwards, and then they have a clear plan when and what can be cut and have to cut to generate some revenue, or we are selling those bunches of forests to investment funds. So their clients are investment funds from Nordics, from Poland. Basically, investment fund comes to them saying, "Hey, so we have X hundreds of million. We want to apply. We want to buy forest properties so we can park our pension funds, investment funds, and the money. We are interested in forests, for example, where the old trees are out. They're just trees which have to grow for example, next 30 years. So basically, this is safe investment, and we park it here. And so this is helping the overall economy of the region. This is giving you pretty safe investment because forests are like the wood as a material price might change based on economical situation out there or some geopolitical or whatever, but the forest as a land, the price is constantly growing for last, 20, 30 years.
Okay, very interesting. Yeah, because I think people in our region are not exposed to this kind of investments, especially in forestry. So that's good knowledge.
You have mountains, you have cliffs, like you cannot go into the forest.
Mostly enjoy with sightseeing, like they just invest in that. Listen, what's your best advice for people who are looking for financial freedom? How they can get financial freedom?
Work harder. Work harder, invest in yourself, first of all, and then start building some kind of investment portfolio. Start small, and then start small, and basically plan also not invest in a very long-term assets. Myself also. So my life is so quickly moving, like new ideas come up, something in my life is changing, whether I have to go to Georgia for a month, or I don't know, next month it might be Spain, Mexico, whatever. So basically invest, earn from your investment, and plan how liquid those investments are. So basically don't freeze your money, I don't know, for next couple of years. So basically I'm investing in many platforms, not only in Debitum, just to see how my competitors work, what do they offer. I'm watching you, all of you. And so basically, but I am planning my investments so that if something changes in my life, every month or every 2 months, I have some amount of the investments unlocking, which just in case I can withdraw. And that's it. So basically do a financial planning, understand where your money is going, how quickly you can get it always back, and don't get in a situation that you have invested, but you need to borrow. So that's the worst thing what you can do.
Yeah, I agree with it. Okay. So is there anything else that you want to share about investments from your end? Maybe I missed something.
No. So I'm happy to onboard new investors. To hope the platform is educational enough, and we have a super great customer service, which is always open to answer all the questions. And of course, we are, as a company, we are growing super fast. And I don't know, there's a name for this, but I remember, like in school, you write something and then teachers like saying like, this is not correct. And like when you read something, you read what you want to read, what you imagine there. And the same goes for the product. So we are growing super fast in the last 12 months, and there might be some spelling issues, maybe someplace and stuff that we don't notice. And we are happy if investors and active community members are pointing out some things, and we're happy to explain it and onboard them. And our customer service is doing an amazing job. And yeah,
guys, forget spelling issues. Those guys raised 100 million with a lot of zeros, and it means that thousands and thousands of people are trusting you, and they're bringing more and more clients. And this is a very legit approach, which at some point I hope that we'll be building in Georgia based on the experience that you have.
Yeah, and then but the platform is not young. It was established in, okay, it is young, but it was established in 2019, and the current owners acquired the platform 1 year ago, a bit more, July 2023. And so basically at that point, like, we understood that we have to listen to our investors. What are the reasons why they are not investing? Like, what are they asking? So the first thing what I did on my first day when I joined Debitum, I took all our top investors and sent out them survey. Hey guys, what do you think about this and that? What's important when choosing the investment opportunity? And open question, is there anything you want to share with us? And we very quickly understood that we need to have shorter terms, or secondary market. Secondary market is already in development, and I hope development team is not watching this video. So it's already in the development, and but it's not so easy to implement. So basically, the first order of business was to come up with short-term loans, because that's what market is asking for, and that's it. So basically, listening to our investors and adjusting some things in the platform, and adding more diversified investment opportunities, and that was the thing which led us to the growth within the last 12 months. So basically, after acquiring the platform, we have more than doubled the number of investors, more than doubled the assets under management. And so basically, we are on a great track record, and now, yeah, still a lot of things to improve from the product side. Our goal is to grow in a very steady manner. So basically, we could go out, I don't know, bring in more borrowers, invest shitload of money in user acquisition, bring in investors, but like, we don't want to do it. So we want to stick to the limited number of borrowers. So we prefer, if we have X amount, I don't know, 6-7 borrowers, we work with them. They are succeeding. We are helping their business. Their appetite is growing bigger. So basically, they are increasing their exposure in the platform. And we know those guys. We know how they work. We know if they are paying back on time. If something happens, they give us a call instantly. And basically, it's easy to operate. So and the success will grow. Otherwise, it's a risky business, and so we don't want to go there. Then yeah, one more highlight is with those 100 million invested through the time, we have 0% default. So basically, there hasn't been a case where company haven't returned the money to us, which is great. Also, if company is late with the repayment, so for example, you invest 100 euros in whatever of our investment opportunities, you have this interest rate which we are promising you, 10 to 15%, and then there's 10 to 15% penalty fee. And penalty fee is like, if you as a company are being late for repaying the money back, on the day one after you are late, it starts calculating the penalty fee. And in 5 years, I hope I'm not wrong, we just had 2 cases when someone is late of repaying the money, and that was mostly something with operational stuff, and basically the money got stuck somewhere, and then someone was sick on a vacation, and one loan was late for 3 days and one was late for 1 day, and we are pretty happy about that. And yeah, that is. And so yeah, steady growth over like this, growing fast and getting to next 500 million invested or 1 billion. Of course, we want all of us, we want to do it, but let's do it the safe way, a bit slower but safer.
Yeah, fastest way is the slowest way. Daus, how are you gonna assess, or if you can give me a feedback about working with Georgian talent, especially our talent that we provided? So what was your problem initially? What was the solution we provided, and what can be the feedback for overall the process?
So yeah, I think we started to work when I was in another business venture, when I was in Beetroot Lab, mobile game development studio. So at that point, we ended up in a situation when deadlines are pushing us, like we could move forward, but we have lack of talents in creative department. So basically, we have Beetroot Lab has very talented art department. It's limited number of people, and at that point, I remember we were looking for some extra help to build animated 3D videos. And basically, with the skill set which was required, I saw like whole team, me and our team, we sit down, we saw that just 10 people with such skill set in Latvia, and half of them are working for Beetroot already, and half of them are working in other cool gaming studios and other cool companies of Latvia. And it's like super hard to find someone or to somehow steal them from the other company. So that's when I reached out to you guys, and I remember like sending you the brief. I received just talk to you next week, and you got back to me 10 candidates. It was actually more. There are more candidates, but basically you said we have X number of candidates. We asked those guys to do a homework, home assessment. Assessments came back, and we are like sitting in the office and like, they all are good. They all are good. And then we hired, and then remember 4 or 5 extra 3D guys here in Georgia. And so basically, we in Latvia, like the population is less than 2 million, and the human capital is very limited. In Georgia, it's not China or Germany or United States, and you don't have 1 billion people here, but still the population is twice as big. Yeah. There's at least twice as much talent here. And yeah, you could solve the situation pretty easily. And what's connected to work ethics, like everything was fine. We are super satisfied with the performance of the guys, and even sometimes I love that Zurab is always sending those hour reports, and then like I never open those emails. If your job is done, I'm satisfied with that. Then, but don't say this to Zurab. So yeah, and also it was like super easy to manage all this, because you have you have people here who is coordinating all this stuff. That's one thing. Second thing is you have 5 people working for you full time, and like from the accounting purposes, you're just sending one invoice per month, and that's it. That's super simple, and you don't have to figure out, okay, if we have a employee in Georgian, like what do you do with the taxes and everything? Just a one-stop shop. You provide everything, and it was like super easy. Yeah.
And from a money perspective, what is the difference, like in percentage or in money? Like how much you saved while working with us on average?
So things changed since I lived here in 2015-16. Overall well-being here in the country is increasing super fast. My personal opinion right now, by the latest talents which we have hired, not only artists, is that the net salary which you as an employee earn in your pocket, in the end, it's more or less the same. If you're talking about mid or senior web developers or artists, the net salary is more or less the same. The tax part, that's when the third part of the story kicks in, because like it's way more cheaper to also people here, because the taxes which you are paying for the residents of Latvia, for the people who live in Latvia, it's way bigger, which you have to pay comparing to the talents which we hire here. So this is like, in the end, I think you could save up to 40%. If you're looking for a full-time employee, which is hired as an employee in Latvia, and hiring talent from you, I think you can save something between 30 and 40%.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is a lot.
It is a lot. So we do comparisons and the salary updates on a yearly basis. So we compare US market, European market, and of course Georgian market in the region, right? And we take an average. And what we see is, like, compared to US market, you can save up to 80%, because those salaries are super crazy. And in Germany or in Europe, I mean, and we take mostly wealthy countries, like France, Germany, UK. So compared to them, they save on average 50 to 60%. And yet in Latvia, salaries are a little bit lower than in Germany, but still you save around 40%. That's all because of the taxes. So
that's, yeah. And one more thing I want to highlight is that if you are web developer, artist, or whatever in a big country, I don't know, let's take United States, let's take Germany or France. So if you're working there and working, I don't know, in the States for Facebook, for Amazon, or whatever, and then you are a small startup, small business owner, opening your business somewhere, and you need this kick-ass developer. So how can you afford to hire someone from Facebook or from Amazon, and all the benefit packages which they have, this feeling that you are part of something big? So if you give the same salary or a bit higher salary to join your startup which you established yesterday, the person is sitting at the Facebook, and Facebook is, if the guy is performing, I'm sure they're ready to pay any amount of money for a person to stay there. You just cannot compete there. So it's super hard to steal someone who is working in some very sweet spots. So in this case, if you're hiring from here, there are cool companies in Georgia, but if you're a European company with established brand and everything, it should be pretty easy for you to hire people here. And yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I think it makes sense for all of us, because on the one side, you as an entrepreneur are getting best talent in the region, at least half of the price, and on the other hand, the talents are getting the best possible jobs from Georgia across Europe and USA. So it's really good match. And speaking of this, we are running a campaign right now for startup founders, Series A and up. If they're gonna hire talent to us, they're gonna get it first one free of charge, like free of charge. No recruitment fee, no employer of record fee, just gross salary. So if you're not calling us and you're doing something, no, that's how it is.
Whole area.
Very salesy, but that's the truth. if you are watching this right now, if you are not calling, you are missing out something because it won't last for a long time. I think we can wrap it up. Man, I love you with all my heart. Like, once again, you are my best Latvian friend. And thanks for thanks for exposing me to this intentional friendship, to Latvia, to Baltics, to everything, and for the trust. And thanks for all the great journeys we had together, which will die with us. And hopefully nobody will know. But I'm very much looking forward to our next meeting, maybe in Germany or in Riga or somewhere in Europe.
Someplace warmer.
Yeah, warmer.
Someplace warm.
Yeah. Thanks for taking time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was Entrepreneur's Diary with Valerian Gegidze and Ziedins. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. That's it. Have a nice rest of the day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for having me.